Welcome to this very special graduation ceremony. It's great to have so many of you with us today and so many graduands here to receive their degrees. And I say graduands because that is exactly what they are. Until they've crossed the stage, hopefully stopped in front of me so I can cap them, it's at the moment of capping they become graduates of the University of Strathclyde. We're here in the Great Barony Hall, which is part of the university, and it's a great setting for the graduations. I hope that you enjoy the ceremony. I promise it will not be too long because there are refreshments later that you can access. And I hope also that when you see your loved one cross the stage, you will not be shy in coming forward and shouting. So please do relax, enjoy yourselves. And in a moment, I will ask Professor Claire Cassidy, the head of the Institute of Education, to introduce our graduands. So without further ado, I declare this congregation open and ask Professor Cassidy to introduce our graduands.
Associate Principal and Executive Dean, in the name of the University and by the authority of Senate, I present to you these students. For the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, for Research in Education, Christina Rose Accardi. For the degree of Master of Letters in Media and Communication, Omowale Gafar Bakari. Kieran James Bannister. Yunus Adeola Busari. Babatunde Abdulaziz Fijabi. Fatai Hardisi Forlorunshaw. Adeyoke Abiola Kadiri. Hazel Nguwar Tintin. Deborah Olawatoyin Oralabarmiji. Esther Abosede Oladapo. Lukman Moyosore Oloyede. Adesola Abosede Ona Alapo. Rafiat Adeola Oyedele. For the degree of Master of Science in Counselling and Psychotherapy, Mawakif Al-Rey. Andrew Gerard Brennan. Jodie Campbell. Lindsay Moira Dalgarno. Laurie Faulkner. Elaine Hamilton Fitzharris. Ayla Hislop. Philippa Emily Lyons. Henrietta Aylmer McClure. Heather Margaret McDermott. Elizabeth Ann McInnes. Lorna Margaret Crease. Rona Louise Williamson. In autism, Misbah Shuja Ansari. Revti Muta. In education studies, Alvina Abbas. Imaiko Ann Abugu. Mosamat Anta Afsana. Khaled Ahmed. Saima Asan. Abiodun Joyce Ajimati. Deborah Ugochi Akanimo Aniedi. Oluwatinyola Christiana Ikinyeli. Constant Georgeville Akpebe. Ajmeri Alam. Shakila Anjum. Konganige Krismali Taraka Anthony. Pobeda Arowola Bakari. Aruni Sudarshani Fernando Bamihanadige. Glory Ikwo Basi. Punam Bisht. Ruth Chebe. Faith Cheptu. Francisca Magdalene Ebi. Ruth Osamagbe Eriemato. Delphine Chinwendu Evans Aneke. Sundas Fatima. Aruni Nilangi Game Kankanamgi. Adash Goli. Musa Halidu. Ebunoluwa Iyinedi Ibibo. Osamede Jennifer Ibinovia. O Yinyechi Gift Ihemeji. Sodik Olalekan Ijeni. Daphne Ufuoma Isaac Ogomieno. Musama Rumana Islam. Hafiza Ikra Jabbar. Betty Jebet. Charika Manike Abiwardena Kahenguma Maduyan Nesalagi. Atira Krishnan Kalarakal Gopala Krishnan. Dipani Niroda Kalura Chichi. Gagandip Kaur. Harleen Kaur. Inderjeet Kaur. Samarpal Kaur. Brian Kiprogut Kwech. Felicia Ayaye Kuye. Song Mung. Priyanka Sudnare Morneon. Iloma Mike Tamunotonye. Hina Moer. Sefinat Adama Muhammad. Roshini Premaratna Namuni. Uchechuku Chinelu Enagbo. Ensaga Mua Odate. Taye Peace Ogulua. Olaolua Olawatosin Ogunsakin. Helen Ada Okonkwo. Chukwuka Karl Okpara. Obed Omajine. Enkichinyeri Princess Onaji. Oluwa Bukunmi Omalrola Okanimo. Organi Nirowo Onobogsteri. Chioma Joy Orji. Francis Ijirogeni Osea. Lukman Adesola Oyalade. Puja. Arjun Prasanna Kumari Babu. Udumulegi Nipuni Amalika Rajapakshi. Tala Rehman. Shin Jue Shin. Nishat Zera Zaida Sieda. Ruth Urodhe. Ananya Vats. Hifsa Work. Ahmad Yar. In TESOL and Intercultural Communication, Brendel Ugochukwu Aformeziem. Latifa Osikpeme Aliyu. Adedayo Iyanudoluwa Aragbawa. Joy Chidima Egu. Janatul Farhana. Tamzida Hussein. Kehinde Oshiniye Idowu. Nguyen Thi Huen. Sumbal Parvin. Fan Tui Han. Veronica Woyiram Sraha. Serve Tamami. In Mediation and Conflict Resolution, Alan Jeffrey. Oyinkro Stephen Olobio. Adrienne Watson. In International Relations, Kashaf Fatima. Irina Imamur Nadia. Morenike Olusola Olusegun. Farida Oyiza Yunusa. In public policy, Nimal Upala Senadhira. In criminology and social policy, Raymond Chidabere Amizea. Adibola Awosode Orabanyo. Abisola Florence Segun Alalade. Karen Fiona Simons. For the degree of Master of Laws in Construction Law, Wesley Chikwanyanga. In Criminal Justice and Penal Change, Abigail Cohen. In Mediation and Conflict Resolution, Margaret Aji Babalola. Eunice Tololupe Olatunji. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts in Humanities and Social Sciences, Rebecca Carson. For the degree of Postgraduate Diploma in Data Science for Politics and Policy Making, Unmilan Barua. For the degree of Master of Science in Education Studies, Shika. For the degree of Master of Science in Education Studies, Tiana Damilola Omotayo. For the degree of Master of Science in TESOL and Intercultural Communication, Yabinda Butt. For the degree of Postgraduate Diploma in Education Studies, Hemabin Vijay Kumar Rajput.
Gosh, they're a rowdy crowd, aren't they? Thank you. You lived up to every expectation. That was a great ceremony. So first and foremost, I would like to thank each and every one of you for joining us today. And I'd like to invite you to extend our heartfelt congratulations to our graduates of 2024 for their collective achievements. all of our graduates have today shown great commitment, resilience, adaptability, and determination to arrive at this day. I might also add that you're participating in Strathclyde's first ever spring graduation ceremony. We have scheduled these ceremonies in addition to our summer and winter graduations to make it easier for our students who commenced their studies in January last year to celebrate their achievements with their families, friends, and supporters. Indeed, you are our first cohort of students to be graduating in 2024, our Diamond Jubilee anniversary year, marking 60 years since the award of the Royal Charter by the late Queen Elizabeth II, which conferred university status upon this institution. Through this Royal Charter, what was the Royal College of Science and Technology became the University of Strathclyde, the first university to be established in Scotland for almost 400 years. For those of you graduating in the presence of your loved ones, this is a moment of great pride. Your family, friends, and supporters have undoubtedly played a crucial role in your journey. So let us take a moment to acknowledge and applaud them for the support that they have given you. Likewise, my wonderful colleagues sat here have worked tirelessly to provide you with an exceptional education and student experience. And of course, this day of celebration, as there's a lot of work goes into a graduation. So graduates of 24, let us take a moment to show our gratitude and appreciation to the staff of Strathclyde University. Once this ceremony has concluded, we will leave the hall in an academic procession, signifying that you're now full members of Strathclyde's academic community, which numbers almost 210,000 worldwide. As the latest members of this community, you join a long line of alumni who've gone on to excel in their chosen fields. This includes notable names such as physician, missionary, and explorer David Livingstone, television pioneer John Logie Baird, Lady Eilish Angelini, the former Lord Advocate of Scotland, entrepreneur and philanthropist Sir Tom Hunter, and our own Principal and Vice-Chancellor Sir Jim MacDonald, who currently serves as President of the Royal Academy of Engineering and who was recently appointed a Knight Grand Cross of the Order of the British Empire for his services to engineering and education. More recently, our alumni include leading lights such as the computer sciences graduates John Gianadria, who is now Senior Vice President of Machine Learning and AI Strategy at Apple, and Dr. Pauline Burke, who's Head of Data Science, Siri Assistant, and Diction, also at Apple, and also our teaching graduate, Andy Roxburgh, OBE, former Scotland men's team manager and now technical director of the Asian Football Confederation. Strathclyde was founded in 1796 during the Scottish Enlightenment through the bequest of Professor John Anderson, who believed in knowledge for all, and he wished to establish a place of useful learning. We have remained faithful to this founding principle, which continues to guide us today as we strive to make a positive impact on society and the world. We are a research-intensive university, committed to creating new knowledge and understanding to tackle the challenges of our times. Through our groundbreaking research, we are contributing to a better world. And that's not an empty claim. in the recent Research Excellence Framework of 2021, and that's the UK government's system for assessing research quality, almost 90% of Strathclyde's research was assessed as world-leading or internationally excellent. Strathclyde also has the second highest impact quality profile in Scotland, demonstrating the effect our research has on our everyday lives in the real world. Our scientists and researchers are leading in the development of innovative technologies that will facilitate the transition from fossil fuels to clean, sustainable energy sources, such as wind, solar, and hydrogen. And this will power our future world and tackle climate change. We're developing new drugs using new digital manufacturing processes which will provide cheaper, more effective treatments in the fights against cancer, kidney disease, and inflammatory disease, whilst also helping our health service evolve to face the challenges of a health and social care of the 21st century. And we're seeing a lot of challenges at the minute with lots of new and challenging, but lots of new ways in which we can develop our health and care services through the use of digital technologies. We're also engaged in entrepreneurial education. We're helping students and staff create new businesses with sustainability in mind, and we're creating new jobs to support economic growth. We're leading the revitalisation of this part of the city through the Glasgow City Innovation District, which is bringing companies both large and small here to work together with the university to create new ideas, technologies, and solutions. And this faculty is playing a leading role in that. Strathclyde also works to inform public policy on a national economic strategy in education, in productivity, and workplace strategies through our various research institutes and centres. Through our Centre for Sustainable Development, our globally minded staff and students are working to co-create solutions with global partners across academia, civil society, and public and private sectors. And this is to secure real-world impact and to tackle the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. In pursuing our vision, we understand the value of success, working in partnership with businesses, government, and the third sector. And charities are an incredible part of our life. We're also working with academic partners across the world, including Stanford, NYU, MIT, Caltech, Tsinghua, Nanyang Technological University, and the National University of Singapore. As a university, we are continually working to enhance our student experience. We've been investing in our campus, and you can see this through the development of Strathclyde Sport and our learning and teaching building. And we're also investing in the health and well-being services for our students and also our staff. In 2019, we became the only university to win the Times Higher Education UK University of the Year twice, having first won in 2012. We've also been named Business School of the Year, and that's for the Strathclyde Business School, Workplace of the Year, and we've also won Research Project of the Year. Strathclyde was named Scottish University of the Year in 2024 and was runner-up to UK University of the Year in the same year. And just last month, we collected our 4th Queen's Anniversary Prize in recognition of our research, innovation, and entrepreneurialism in photonics, the science of light. These awards reflect the quality and breadth of the activities in our university across all the faculties. And I want to give you some highlights from the Faculty of Humanities and Social Sciences. So in the Department of Humanities, Dr. Sarah Bernstein was shortlisted for the Booker Prize for her novel Study for Obedience and won the prestigious Geller Prize in Canada. The mediation services delivered by the University of Strathclyde are also to be expanded across Scotland with the opening of 17 new hubs. Strathclyde's mediation clinic operates 18 of the 22 civil dispute resolution hubs already in existence. They offer, without charge, opportunities to those who are eligible to negotiate a mutually acceptable resolution to their civil dispute, reducing the stress, cost, and time of going through a court process. Strathclyde students run law clinics as well, and the law clinic has been named a winner in the Herald's Law Awards of Scotland in recognition of the work it gives in accessing justice for particular communities across Glasgow who otherwise would be unable to find support and representation. The clinic was named the winner of the Pro Bono Award, which it has earned through extensive work in offering free representation and advice to people who are unable to obtain legal help by other means. The authors of a new research report, including Professor Kat Smith in the Department of Social Work and Social Policy, are calling on all major UK political parties to commit to use targets as part of a cross-government approach to reduce health inequalities between communities in the UK. As parties develop their policies for the next election, this is crucially important. Again, in Humanities, Dr. Rog Glass won the Anne Brown Essay Prize for Scotland for his essay on the Covenant. Strathclyde student Mark Stewart won a silver medal at the UCI Cycling World Championships in the men's Madison event. Mark and teammate Oliver Wood claimed second place in the race at the Sir Chris Hoy Velodrome in Glasgow with 35 points, just 2 points behind the winners, and that was the Netherlands, and they were a point ahead of New Zealand. Dr. Louise Brangan, who is also in social work and social policy, was named as one of the BBC Arts and Humanities Research Council's New Generation Thinkers. The group includes 10 of the UK's most promising arts and humanities early career researchers. And there is much, much more. The future of research into mental health amongst young men is to be shaped also by a study here at Strathclyde. The project focused on 3 groups of adolescent young men who face various challenges in their day-to-day lives. And this includes health and well-being, as well as barriers to accessing health support services. PhD student Theophano Tika was awarded the Scottish Cancer Foundation's 10,000 annual prize for developing the very first easy-to-use calculator for identifying patients at high risk of head and neck cancer. Dr. Kate Wilson was awarded the Ross Roy Medal at the Saltire Society Scotland National Book Awards. The medal is awarded annually to the best PhD thesis submitted on the subjects relating to Scottish literature and judged by the University Committee for Scottish Literature. These are just some of the examples of the achievements that have been won by our colleagues and our students at the University of Strathclyde. And this year we also launched our 2030 strategy. And that's really important because it gives us the direction of travel for the next 5 years and focuses our minds on what we can achieve further. But today we look forward, and we look forward to your future careers, where you will take the knowledge and skills you've acquired during your time here to pursue and realize your aspirations. As you forge your new careers, the university's values of being people-oriented, innovative, collaborative, ambitious, and bold, I'm sure will stand you in good stead. In recent years, we've been shaken by the coronavirus, the cost of living crisis, and armed conflict. And we think that our students and graduates at Strathclyde are ready to tackle these global challenges. They demand solutions, and as graduates and future leaders of our societies across the globe, you have a responsibility to use your talents and your education to make a positive impact on the world. As you embark on a new chapter in your lives, I encourage you to continue learning, to embrace new challenges. Remember that the pursuit of knowledge is a lifelong journey, and that success is not measured by what you achieve, but by what impact you have on the world and those around you. So it is with immense pride that we see you graduate today. And though you may be leaving us, we hope that you will continue to stay in touch. So thank you very much. I will now return to the center where I will declare the congregation closed. So thank you. Right, so that means the party can begin. So there's going to be an academic procession, and I would ask that you be upstanding when I tell you to be upstanding, and the academic party, followed by our graduates, will leave, and then we invite all family, friends, and supporters to join the procession, and we're going up the hill to the Learning and Teaching building. So it's with great pleasure I declare this congregation closed, and you can all now relax.